Located at the southern tip of Laguna de Bae and at the foot of the mythical Mount Makiling, the city of Calamba is rich in history and natural beauty. Bound on the east by Laguna de Bae, Calamba has easy access to a rich source of fresh water produce and a vast agricultural area devoted to the planting of rice and diversified crops such as vegetables, fruits, root crops, coffee, coconut, and sugarcane. About an hour's ride from Metro Manila, Calamba is also a popular tourist destination with its more than 600 hot spring resorts as main attraction, earning its name as the resort capital of the Philippines. Calamba was designated as the regional center of Calabar Zone in October 2003. Today, it is an important modern industrial center with a large number of industrial parks and commercial establishments located in and around the city, including an SM Mall, SM City, Calamba. While it continues its journey to progress, Calamba retains its special place in Philippine history as the birthplace of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. And as the Rizal at 150 celebrations come to a close this June, the special edition of My City, My SM, My Cuisine celebrates his life and times through a culinary tour of Calamba, Laguna. My City, My SM, My Cuisine. Hello, I'm Cora Alvina, your guide to My City, My SM, My Cuisine. People with a proud sense of regional identity have brought forth Philippine regional cuisine. Our scattered archipelagic geography sustains varied cultures and distinct cuisines. Culinary styles evolved among the major regions of the archipelago, the variations traceable to our rich natural resources and to the gustatory tendencies and communal practices of families and communities. Contact with foreigners has also played a major influence in the current flavors of our cooking. My City, My SM, My Cuisine is a joint project of SM and the Philippine Star. It aims to help us discover our rich culinary heritage by identifying, retrieving, and promoting traditional cooking and techniques. This is food heritage conservation at its very best. My City, My SM, My Cuisine. We are in the Jose Rizal Calamba Shrine, just a stone's throw away from the old City Hall and across the street from the church. It is one of the most visited destinations for historical and cultural purposes. It averages about 270,000 visitors annually. The shrine is a replica of the original ancestral Spanish colonial-style house where Rizal was born on June 19, 1861. The old house was destroyed during World War II, and President Quirino, after the war, ordered its reconstruction in 1949 through the supervision of national artist, architect Juan Nakpil. Inaugurated in 1950, the Rizal Shrine is today maintained by the National Historical Commission and houses furniture and kitchenware of the colonial era, as well as some Rizal memorabilia and reproductions of his written works and drawings. This special edition of My City, My SM, My Cuisine will try to take us back to the time of Rizal. And we are honored and privileged that the National Historical Commission has allowed us to film in this shrine and We are also privileged and delighted that some of the Rizal descendants and relatives will be with us in this very special edition when they share with us the food of Rizal's time and Rizal's family. We will see all of this when My SM, My City, My Cuisine returns. My City, My SM, My Cuisine. Legend has it that the name calamba came from a lost in translation encounter between two lost soldiers and a young lady carrying a jar of water and a wooden stove. She answered kalabanga, meaning stove or kalan, and water jar or banga, thinking that they were asking what she was carrying. They, of course, thought that that was the name of the place they were in. The legend is immortalized in a large concrete jar erected in the city plaza that is considered the world's biggest clay pot. The clay pot plays a role again in our first heirloom recipe, chicken adobo sa gata sa palayok, which Miss Barbara Gonzalez has so graciously agreed to share with us. Miss Barbara Gonzalez is a top-notch executive and a prize-winning author. She won the National Book Award in 1992 and continues to write her column, Second Wind, for the Philippine Star. She is now in the jewelry business with her cousin Mia Faustman, developing a line of women of Rizal jewelry. She would have made her illustrious ancestor proud were he with us today. Mitams.
Yes.
And how are you related to this illustrious ancestor?
I am the great-granddaughter of his sister Maria.
I see.
And maybe he would be proud of my cooking?
Yes, apart from everything else. And thank you for sharing this with us.
Well,
what do we do next?
Well, this is a recipe I serve to my guests who visit me in Calamba.
Okay.
No? And so it's a kind of native. And you begin with marinating chicken with vinegar, salt, and pepper, and garlic. And you marinate this actually at most 3 days before.
Oh my goodness.
If you think about it. But if you don't, you can marinate it kahit na gaano. And then you put the whole thing into the pot. Can you?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Wait, maybe we will spill it, you know.
No, we won't.
You know, the thing to do here, after you put everything with the suka, it's just suka, bawang, asin, and paminta, is to make sure it boils and not to stir it.
Not to stir it?
No, you don't stir it and you don't cover it.
No stirring, no covering?
No covering, because this is vinegar. When you cook with suka, you cannot cover. You cannot stir until it has boiled. Otherwise, you cut the sourness.
Ah, is that what they say, nakikilaw yung suka?
Nakikilaw yung suka pag hinalo mo at hindi pa kumukulo. Okay, so now you have to wait for it to make kulo.
I can already smell it, but tell me, why do you use a palayok instead of the usual vessel?
You know, that's what my lola taught me kasi masuka ito di ba? So she said it's better to cook it in a palayok because palayoks are made of clay. They're organic. There is no combustion or what between the suka and the aluminum where there's a chemical reaction.
And you risk a metallic taste.
That's right. So that's why I cook it in a palayok.
Okay.
And then when it looks like this na, then you can put the gata. Okay? Of course, because I'm cooking now, I use canned gata. It's easier.
Right.
And then to make it boil again.
And you don't cover it still?
No, you don't. I don't like to cover it because I like to, you know, you make the gravy reduce itself.
I see.
Yeah.
And it's got a different color. Is that because of the luya? It's a little yellowish.
That's the chicken fat.
It's the chicken fat.
Yeah, it's the chicken fat. And you put the luya, you know, you put the luya to medyo kill the lansa of the chicken. Natural lansa of the chicken.
Yes.
That's why you have luya.
And so we make it boil again until...
And then we make it boil again. After we make it boil again, okay, now we have a choice. If my guests are coming soon, I will put the mustasa in. Okay. Serve it. if I like to serve them, their vegetables with the adobo.
Okay.
If not, maybe I'll save it, I'll make it cool and then put it in the fridge, in the palayok.
In the palayok,
And then keep it until my guests come. And when my guests come, I'll heat it, shred it, and serve it shredded. And they can wrap it up in the mustasa.
Oh.
Yeah, and eat it like we eat now, di ba? We wrap a lot of things in mustasa, like buro.
Wow. I've never tried that.
Yeah, so that's the way I cook this. It's at the same time it's native to me,
Yes.
and then it can be very poetic.
Yes.
So that's the way I like it. You know, we mix, always mix what is native and what is poetic. Now it's cooked. So
Okay.
now we can start putting it in a bowl, but we will serve it, let's say tomorrow.
Okay. Why tomorrow?
And let's say if we have guests tomorrow, I prefer to cook this ahead of time.
All right.
And then soak it overnight. And then tomorrow we'll put it back in the palayok. And we will heat it. And we will add the mustasa. Or we will serve. Or we'll just prepare the mustasa and serve it so our guests can roll it up in the mustasa.
All right.
Okay. So you see, I've made this with whole garlic cracked because I know that there are people who like that and people who don't like garlic. So if it's big and cracked, anyway, the same flavor goes into the sauce. They can pick it out and leave it, you know.
And not run into it.
Yeah.
I mean, not eat it.
Yeah. There.
So there we have it. Adobo sa gata sa palayok
Ministry.
ni Miss